Hello, I am Ferdinand. Welcome to Anything IT YouTube channel. I want to say thank you for liking, subscribing, and watching my videos. You're a very huge encouragement to me, and that helps me to do more. So sincerely, I say from my heart, thank you for your support. All right, like I said in the last video, this time around, we are going to install Active Directory DNS and promote our server to a domain controller. Okay, so I close the server manager so I can open it afresh in case for whatever reason you on your server and you do not see the server manager. Simply come to click on the start button. You see server manager here and here, both of them are same. So you can click on this one or the other one and server manager will be loaded. Okay, the server manager is up. Here is our dashboard. Over here, you can configure your server. What you see here is the same as what is here. Local server, same thing, okay? And then you add roles and feature, add other servers to manage, create a server group, and connect the server to cloud service. All right. If you come here to manage, you're going to see the same thing. All right. And, let me also come to local server, and here you are going to see other things that have to do with your server. Okay, so right here is your server name. Here is the work group. At the time we promote this to a domain controller, you're going to see the name of our domain here, and then Windows Defender, on. This should be on always. Especially if you are in the production environment, you should only turn it off. That's my own recommendation, personal view. When maybe you are doing a lab or you are not public, you are doing something and probably firewall is blocking, then you may turn it off. And after that, it is recommended that you turn it on again, okay? And then remote management enable, because the server normally, it's expected that you don't sit in front of the server to do management. You do remote management and then remote desktop disable and NIC, that's night teaming disable and all that. And then this one has to do with updates and the rest. Okay, so that's it. Now, before we start Active Directory installation and all that, we are going to do two basic things. Number one is network setting. If you look at this, you see that the server is connected to the network by DHCP, okay? And that's not good for any server because, DHCP can change at any time and you want other devices to connect to the server. So if the IP is changing always, that's not good enough. So we are going to, we're going to make this IP static, and then we're also going to change the server name. Okay, there are the two things we are going to do before we start Active Directory installation. So quickly, I think we should do this first because by the time we change this one, it's going to restart. So let's go in and make a server static. What we are doing here, you can also come to this place and right click and go into select Ethernet and then do the change, or you can come here as well and do all that. So we are here. I just want to right click now and select property, and here I'm going to click on IPv4 and I'll select properties, and then I'll click on here, use the following IP addresses. But before we do that, let's come here and see what IP our system is using. That's what's it called, command prompt. So we type ipconfig and let's see what IP we have on this device. So 10.0.2.15, that's what we have. And then our max is 255.255.255.0. okay, and this is our gateway. That's not too important anyway. Okay, so let's go in here. I like to use the same IP. All right, 0.2.15. Okay, and 255.255. Oh, sorry, there. 255.0. All right, and then our gateway. Do we need it? Not so much, but then let's just do that. 2. .2. I think that's what I have there. All right, .2. Okay, so for DNS, we'll use 127.0.0.1. That's a loopback DNS. All right, okay, and we close. All right, that's what we want to use over there. Okay, then yeah, let's come and let's change the name. We are not going to use this. This is talking about the script. We want to change the name and domain. So it's always better that we do this. So let's do this. I'm going to use Windows Server 2019 -DC. DC there is for domain controller. This is not where we'll do our domain. So let's leave it there. Okay. So yeah, it's telling us that we have to restart. We close this and it asks us to restart. Better, let's do that right now. So let's restart. We'll be back. We'll be back after the restart. So yes, we are back and we now log in. Enter my password. All right, so server is back. Now let's look at okay, IP is there. Let's come to local server to confirm name is changed, but then we still have this. We are still operating the work group. Now our IP is here and it shows we are no more on our DHCP. All right, so and what we are going to do now is get back to the dashboard and here we're going to add roles and feature. Let's come to manage, click on manage, add roles and features, and we click on next. Role based installation or feature based. We click on next. We have just one server here, so that's already selected. We click on next, and here we are doing Active Directory domain services installation. You must be very careful and don't make the mistake of picking Active Directory certificate services, since that's not what you're working on. All right, learning, I made that error and I clicked this and I got messed up, even though you can always reverse that. Okay, so Active Directory domain service installation, add features. We're not going to pick DNS right now. I want you to see something while we go. All right, click on next. Click on next. All this there, next, and then we click install. Okay, so starting installation, that's going to take some time, so we'll be back when the installation is done. Okay, good job. This is done. Now let's click on close. And we come here, we have notification. But before then, you see Active Directory domain service up there. All right. So come to your notification and see. It tells you this one is done, completed. Okay. And up here is telling you to promote the server to a domain controller. So we are going to do that. While we are on that, DNS will be installed. That's what I wanted to show you. Okay, let's start. So I clicked on promote this server to a domain controller. You have these options. Add a domain controller to an existing domain. We don't have any existing domain. Say add a new domain to an existing forest. We don't have any forest yet. Add a new forest, and that is what we want to do, to add a new forest. Okay, so name of our YouTube channel is anything. That's anything IT. Okay, so it's like the company. Okay, anythingit.com. So we click on next. Let's provide a password for our domain. We type password and click next. Let's go on next. Next. So at this point, it's going to give us a NetBIOS name, which is anything IT, which we've rated as our domain -it.com, right? Click on next. Here it specifies the folder names for database, log file, system volume. You click on next. You could only change those ones if you have another location you want them to go. So here is the script. Assuming you want to use PowerShell, you copy these scripts, you view it, copy, and go to PowerShell if you want to use PowerShell to run this. But we are not going to do that. Okay, or if you want to just open PowerShell, paste it, and it goes. All right, so next, it comes up with this, and it tells you that there is a default security setting, which is allow cryptography algorithm. Okay, and delegation for a server which cannot be created. We don't have any existing DNS to delegate, so that's fine. All right, so we click on next. So the installation has started. We clicked on install, not next, sorry. So installation has started, and we are going to pause here, and we'll come back when the installation is done. Okay, but if you see, it tells you that it's waiting for DNS installation to finish before the server is promoted. So that's what I was saying earlier. That while promoting our server, we can as well install DNS. All right, so we'll be back when the installation is completed. Our server has restarted, so let's enter password again. Get back. All right, server manager is up. Okay, so Active Directory domain service is up. DNS is installed. Okay. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Now let's look at our local server. See what's up. Oh, beautiful. So our computer name is changed. Our domain is active. Anything IT.com. That's it there. Ta-da. Our internet's working. All right. That's beautiful. So yeah, the job is done. The job is done. The job is done. Now the next thing will be to now create users, install or set up another PC, connect to the domain and all that. That's what we are going to do. But not to make this video too long, we are not going to include that in this video. I think we should do that in another video, so you will watch out for that. All right, thank you for watching. See you in the next video.